Unajua hajahiti political. All right, guys, welcome to Edutainment for Us, another video for you. All right, so what is cooking again in Nyabohanse? A lot, and not just in Nyabohanse, but it's kicking in Mombasa, in Nyabohanse, in Poland, and all that, guys. So of course, as Precious mother to Precious complains about Mayugno having left the baby Precious alone, and subscribers supporting him big time. There is fire on the mountain. Okay, the guy is enjoying right in Mombasa, taking tuk-tuks all over the place, swimming, and saying he has another new home in Mombasa. I'm like, is he trying to respond to Mama Precious and Masubo, trying to remind them that, yeah, as they make a lot of noise, he is actually surviving? I don't know, but that's what I feel. That is exactly what I feel, because he was in Nairobi, then later on in Mombasa. Okay, muji wa starehe. So let's just see through Mayugno, and as we compare to the complaining wife right here. So Mama Precious on the street saying how it was, and how he was left and catered for by Mayugno.
Yeah, my wife, she's calling me. Unasemaje? Sisemi kitu. Haumpendi baba.
Unasemaje? Message yenye unaweza. Welcome, we continue with our discussion. Canadian Prospect, welcome. You know, as somebody called at the same time, my phone just went off. I think I was not charging and I didn't know. This happens sometimes when you're too busy. So thank you so much, Canadian Prospect. Prissy for you. Welcome. Hi, Taha Ahmed. I'm doing the last live stream because, as you know, we have to battle with views. So thank you for those who are in the house. I really appreciate. Hey, the connection with the computer is done. Let me see. I hope it won't affect. Let me try and see. Taha. The phone is really creating a lot of fuss, but we have to continue all the same. I don't know. The dark screen now, what is this? What is this? Finally. Hey, my goodness. It is happening, but it is what it is, okay? So Masubo actually came to talk to Precious, the child to Mayugno, and the baby. So the baby was called to speak to the father, and he said he would wish to talk to the father, but he did not have a message. And I was so sorry for the girl, because I understand the fate of children who are neglected by their parents. Sometimes it's bad. And I had they call it deadbeat fathers. This is a message to deadbeat fathers, actually. What do you think? If you, for example, are neglecting your child, would you expect anything from them later on in life? This is something I would just ask. I have a lot of my audience, of course, are male. Yeah, a lot of my audience, when I look at the algorithms in terms of gender, I see male. So brothers, my friends and fathers and wherever you are, please, how I wish that we as male gender, we don't neglect children. Of course, when you look at the laws in many countries, children are supposed to be taken care of by their mothers up to 18 years. But you can imagine if you have never connected with your child between 0 years or 1 year or 2 years or 5 years up to 18. Do you think you can convince this child to really connect with you? So I think even if there is separation, there is a problem between you and the woman or girlfriend or former lover or mistress or whatever it is, it would be wise that you just take care of your baby, because the child here is not the problem. The problem is you and the girlfriend or the lover or the mistress or whoever do anything for Precious. But when I look at the complaints from the wife, I hope they are genuine also, because Nyabohanse, anything is possible, you know. In Nyabohanse, actually, people can create stories to seek the favor of donors and all that. So I don't really say that what Precious' mother is saying is the real biblical truth. But what I can see is that somehow, when we look at Nyabohanse, and not just Nyabohanse, because I've had friends who actually are living with as single mothers with children, and the fathers to their children are deadbeats, even when they are earning a lot of salary. They don't care actually to keep their children and also connect. These days we have video calls. You can do a video call if you are a responsible father. I don't see how the mother would reject totally for you to exist in the life of the child. So an agreement, currently we have children, the law, and you understand things to do with basic needs. By the way, the economy is so harsh, especially in Kenya. And when you consider taking care of a child, even one child, they need food, they need clothes, they need school fees, they need homes, they need, you know, medicine whenever they are sick, because you can't tell me a child will survive a year without being sick. Okay? And so many other things. Even that presence, sometimes you even wish like you take kids outside for an outing or such a thing. Now, you as deadbeat fathers, what do you think? When you are going out there spending your money on maybe women, random women, you are spending money in hotels, eating chicken or pork or whatever it is. Do you ever think about your kids who are somewhere and maybe they are not having the best meals? Or even if they are eating trash, because maybe their mothers or fathers cannot, their mothers currently cannot afford a better life. Kelly Sharp, hello, welcome here. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm just doing an analysis here on Mayugno first, though in the title Mayugno is not there. But I'm doing something on Mayugno before I come to Dimwango and Davy Jr., as well as there is a story about Dad. Okay, so thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate. Today I've done 2 videos already. Anybody who is can go and watch later, but currently this is what I'm doing. So looking at Mayugno, actually I feel for the daughter, because even if there is a difference between him and Mama Precious, I don't see why he should be a deadbeat father who will abandon the child. Of course, we won't blame him for the wife, because whatever deeper secrets led to that division, we have no idea. The wife will come here to say something else. Maybe Mayugno has his own part of the story, but it's a continuous saga, actually. A continuous saga. And it's very wrong to be a deadbeat father, because if this child succeeds in life, will you ever want to connect with your child? And will you ever blame yourself for the absence of maybe 20 years or such? Most men, I don't know, even within my village itself, I may say, or even within the surrounding as I stay, though rare cases, you find that they now happen to come when a child is in the university. Then they begin even to take the pictures of that child and expose that this is my baby, this is my daughter, this is my son. Some of them wait when you are going to vie for political positions. Then they begin now saying, if they have neglected me, what about this? For those of you who have watched even Diamond Platinum as the singer, you know these things, right? We have a situation whereby I saw a lady who was neglected by the father. In fact, the father declined and rejected her, said he's not the father. And then this girl was educated by the uncles up to university. Then now, during marriage time, in Africa, that is the irony of it. When she was being married, payment of dowry, sometimes people insist they want to pay to the father because in African culture, people feel like that is the rightful person to receive dowry, save for some few communities. So it happened that the father now wants the dowry, and this girl was so annoyed. She said, if my father rejected me and said, a girl is not the worth daughter or child for him, why then receive the bride price? So the daughter actually decided that that money or that dowry must go to the uncle. And she stood firm, and it happened so. So the father has really attempted left and right to connect with her, but she rejected. I'm not blaming men squarely, because maybe at some point also the women reject connecting those children to the fathers. But when I look at Mama Precious, I don't think she looks like a woman who is blocking Mayugno from reaching the daughter. Let's just listen partly here before we can get to more.
Hi, Daddy. I want you back. Sema, I want you back. Eh? Oh, sema kwa Kiswahili sasa. Sema Precious.
What is this? But Masubo now, I don't know why he was exposing the minor on the screen.
Unasemaje sasa? Sema sasa, kamera ndio hii nimekupatia, usije tena nitoke uanze kusema hey. Tuma ujumbe kwa daddy. Yeah. Niache? Haya, ongea basi. Tuma ujumbe kwa
Mtu sio mbaya.
So she is saying that Mayuguna, he will not have the guard to head Ngutu the widow. That Ngutu the widow is a good man who has helped her to get the support until now. So he has nothing against Ngutu the widow. Yeah. So hiyo ndo tu.
Mimi nasema wasimchukie. Maana Ngutu yani walimkimbia mpaka viwazi wake wakashuka. Wakawa nasema Ngutu ni mtu mbaya, ameibia Mayugno familia. Ngutu sio mbaya. Afu wakasema kwamba Ngutu amenioa. Hapana, mimi Ngutu hajanioa. Ila yani Ngutu sasa hivi hana raha. Kozi pale kijijini hawamtaki, wanaona kama ni msaliti. Ila Ngutu sio mtu mbaya. Yeye aliniunganisha sawa na Mama Grace, lakini yeye hakunitoa pale. Mimi nilitoka mwenyewe. Maana Mayugno alisema anitaki. Kwanza mimi aliniambia nampa mkosi hapo kwake.
So the former wife to Mayugno was actually arguing that she left because Mayugno started by rejecting her and looking at her as not worthless, right? And after that, she had to go away herself. And in the process, because Ngutu knew her and he knew that she was suffering with the baby, he just connected her with Mama Grace, the Mama Fanis or something like that to help her. Now, when I go to Mayugno's video, he is enjoying having the best of the moments in Mombasa. I'm like, hey, I think as parents, we need to be wise. As we enjoy, once you become a parent, by the way, you prioritize the children as well as yourself. You cannot just take care of yourself, enjoy, and while you let your children suffer, you know. I can't imagine eating beef or chicken in a hotel when the children are eating, let's say, sukuma wiki. I can't imagine that. Once you become a parent, your responsibility is shifting. It's just like when you are also a child and you have a parent, you need to also think about your parent. As you are really spending a lot of money maybe out there, is your parent happy? or having the best moment. So let's check on Mayugno here. Where's this video? Mayugno right here. Okay, this is Mayugno splashing himself in Mombasa.
Hello, what's up, guys? Hey, it is once again in Mombasa. Mombasa rap. You know, the way people say, they say Mombasa rap, like Mombasa is celebration. Anyway, guys, this is another day that you're gonna again come with another video from Mombasa. We're still in Mombasa, guys, inside that Mombasa, and we really thanks God for the gift of life. We are living where we have stayed. This is where we have been staying. Today, yesterday, today, but today we're going in another place, So we have decided to go in another place. So we just move with our own things. Right now, the Hoba is right here.
Ukuacha maji hapo. All right, so when if you look at that video, there is a lot of splash of money around. Okay, look at that.
Yes, Mr. Solomon, we didn't get the room, guys. They say it's full and very expensive. Imagine last time we paid 5,000 2-bedroom. Now they say it's 10,000 2-bedroom. It's a crazy things, Madam Brenda. Guys, we are here with Madam Brenda and Mr. Solomon. We have been getting here supper. I don't know, supper or breakfast.
That is stable. Wow. Because the products actually do what they say they do.
Wow. So guys, we can't wait to get in the office. Maybe we can have more questions to ask.
Whereby even if somebody is in the US, is in Nigeria, is in South Africa, he can be able to get the product.
Yes. Guys, I promote my sister business here because this is the way she's working. In case
you know the state of your body, because they normally say prevention is better than cure. At least when you know earlier, you can be able to.
Guys, amazing. So the day is that. So Nomad want to shower. Let me show you how we shower here. Oh, you don't remember me very well. I've been here 1 year ago. Yeah. I'm gonna say, guys, we have already changed. So now they say shower first before get in. Sindio, I'm gonna shower first before I get in. Kwanza unajiosha mwili. Usingi. Yes.
So my name is Nina.
Yeah.
And you are being hosted at one of our really nice projects. Follow I am Mayugno. Follow Mayugno for genuine content, I believe.
And what you are interacting with on my channel?
I'm a huge fan of travel channels.
Yes.
I like if Kenyan channels. I've now discovered you.
Yeah.
I also like when I tried Germany. Maranomad.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Maranomad.
Maranomad. I don't.
Alright guys, so that is Mayugno for you, splashing the best moments in Mombasa. While the daughter doesn't even know where we call it what Migori town is, Kisumu town is, and surroundings like Kakamega, Busia. So I would actually, I'm wondering, when I'm a parent and I'm making money, I think it's important for my kids and the family to actually have the best life also. Because yeah, I'm living and making history, but what about my kids? And that is why I would like actually to appreciate somebody like Rosho. Rosho doesn't live away maisha when she's going to have the fun in her life, okay? Why? Because the kids are supposed to also have the pleasure to enjoy whatever their parents are having. You can't be making money and splashing around having a lot of fun while the kids are suffering. Okay? But now, here, I don't know why Mayugno behaves like this. He's anything for the daughter. But we can't see that happening. We can't see it. So how I wish that those people who are closer to Mayugno would inform him that it's important he takes care of the daughter, regardless of having actually had a problem with the wife. Nothing stops him from taking care of the daughter because he has the ability. When you look at his YouTube channel, it is growing, growing, growing. He has also sponsors. And whatever happened between him and the wife, that should not affect the daughter. All right. Anyway, let's get to Poland. Poland for you. Okay. Let's get to Poland. In Poland, you remember the last video Dimongo posted like a day before. She said that the mother-in-law has left to another house in town. She's no longer in the village. Just after the video she dropped yesterday. And I was like, really? You just get to a home where your mother-in-law is. They are so happy. They are so sweet. And then within a blink of an eye, they are no longer again there. Katrina Rindova. A Hodge. What is a Hodge? I may be abusing myself. I don't know. Canadian prospect, hey, David Savikda, God is watching you. God is watching all of us, including Dimwango, Marwa, Devi Jr., and everybody else, okay? So, when I looked at this, the fact that we actually have Dimwango in Poland, and she has now switched from chips. Is it chips really? No, she switched from chicken right here to chips. I'm like, what's happening? What is happening? Okay. David Sovikida. God is watching you. I've read a lot of books about God is watching you. I've also read a book known as Fathers of Nation, a sermon by Chineke Chamaka. God is watching you. God is watching you, David. Okay. So from chicken to chips, what is happening? So the last time you watched, of course, this is what you saw splashed all over the place.
Wow. Guys,
wow.
The first meal looks so delicious already. And tea.
Ale zrobiła się
She brought me some berries. Thank you, Jenkuel. Wow, plums, yes.
Wow.
Wow, so good. The ones you froze during the harvest day, that day you showed me?
Nah, these are fresh. Now is the season. How much you want?
Giving me way too much. Today is today.
Not that much.
I put the veg on it. Today is today. I'm so full then. You put for me way too much.
You put for me way too much. If you knew what would happen the next day, you wouldn't be complaining that it was too much. Just eat and calm down, baby. So Dimongo was actually full of everything. I don't know. I didn't understand whether she served pork. Lucy, welcome. Welcome here. So she was eating and complaining. You served for me way too much. Okay, look at that plate. Chicken. I don't know whether there's pork. I'm seeing some piece that looks like pork though. and there is bread. Now this bread, while in Spain, actually Dimango said, I will not take the bread because I don't do bread. But here, she's stuffing herself with bread like no business. She's stuffing bread with the salad and chicken and consuming. And I'm like, are you the same person? Are you the same person? The same person who said in Spain you don't do bread, and after buying, you left it. Was it pretense, deceit, hypocrisy, or what exactly was it? So you don't do you again. When you are in Kenya, you tell us, I do me. I don't impress people. I don't struggle to please anybody. You are trying to please the Polska mother and Polska father or Petero or whoever it is. I'm like, it is what it is. You know? Taking tea versus bread versus name it. I think you can see right there on the plate. And I think there is also pork right there. I can see on the plate, if I'm not actually confused. Okay? But then while in Nyabohanse, or while in Spain, or while in Nairobi, she actually said she doesn't do bread. Okay? So David Sovikida, who is God watching? Me, who is revealing the truth, or the liar sitting on the table and stuffing herself with bread? So I just was curious, as I was curious after that video, and because she had excited us about the mother-in-law so sweet, I wanted to know what happened today, because the other video she started with was the absence of the mother-in-law. Then now she comes into this one after enveloping the mother-in-law and now tells us she is consuming chips. And she's telling us something happened. I'm like, what exactly happened? Let's just check on it. Okay? It is what it is. God is watching you. Yeah, on that plate, Lucy, I can see there is pork. Maybe just look at this. Look at this. Is this not pork? This one is pork right here. That is pork. I can see. So there is chicken and there is pork. There is no way she could have rejected, because she has a so sweet mother-in-law and she wanted to show at some point that she is so loved. And she said in the video, I have just found a new mother. I've just found a new mother. That's what she said, right? Yeah. So she wouldn't want to annoy her for whatever reason, if it is indeed the mother to the Poland guy, Petero. Yeah, so she did it. So while looking at that, let's just see this video here with D. Wamango. Some people are like, don't talk about D. Don't you have other people to talk about? I have other people I talk about. But currently, it's my business to talk about D. Mango too. I'm not competing with her, of course I can't. But I have to just pick some notes from her and find fun in this, okay? So a day later, after chicken, she's all over the place purchasing.
Walking around the malls, checking them out, and then we just got an idea. Like, being so new here, I just want to try some biodronka snacks, and I'm just curious how the snacks here taste. So let's get
Biodronga snack. I'm just curious. I want to know how it tastes. But when she is in Kenyan supermarkets, she'll say, I'm not a snack person. Do you guys remember when she was again in Spain, before leaving that hotel to go meet Petero in Poland? What did she do in Krakow? In Spain, she threw a whole packet of snacks in a dustbin. Or did she just leave on the table? She said that I'm not a snack girl. Let me just leave it here. And I don't even need it. So she left it in that hotel, claiming that that snack is not fresh anymore. And I was like, do you have any snack that is fresh? Yilmaz, welcome, welcome, welcome here. Do you have any snacks which are fresh? Because from what I know, all snacks are refined, like they are prepared and they have a lifespan on the shelf. They may be there for 1 week or 2 or 3, and they have dates recorded. So when she threw that, I was like, hey, rich girl, you really have euros here. Because she had to come out at the end and tell us, yeah, a woman needs her own money, and I have it here. So as I'm leaving this hotel, I have these euros with me. And she put it in her bag. And I was like, okay, even though I don't operate with euros, but I don't think that's a lot of money. But anyway, you have more money on your YouTube channel. You showed us that, okay? So, when I saw her today, I'm very fine, Yilmaz. How about you? I hope you're also fine. Welcome and like the video, please. Thank you for the 3 likes. Lucy is saying the girl changes like a chameleon. Indeed, she has to metamorphosize. I never watched those past videos. I've just been looking at what people are talking about, Michaela Ponte and JB, and I don't know who. I was like, hey, I started watching her closely after Nigeria encounter. So I've just been following what other reactors have been giving on Michelle Ponte and JB, and I'm like, is this it? So I missed a lot of telenovas here. And for those of them who are aware, I think they have an easy analysis even than myself, because for me, I have just been watching her continuously and I see a lot of mixture of lies and transformation and camouflage all the time, adopting with the environment all the time and doing what is best to make her actually do it, faking it until you make it. So when I saw her actually looking at the snacks, the Biedronka, I was like, okay, is the name the problem? Because what I can understand, these snacks might just be the crisps or something like that. The same thing that we have in Kenya. But anyway, what is Biedronka? Let me understand. Biedronka chips. Anybody in the house who understands, let us know. What is Biedronka?
Biedronka snacks, and then we're gonna try them at home. So this is one of them. Okay. All right.
Okay.
And then this is basically for this shop. So maybe when I get one, I'm just so curious to try them. Just
Okay. Try it, baby girl.
Then I'll get another one.
Oh my God.
Just random pickup of snacks.
Oh.
What else?
Another one.
Lays, we're not picking Lays. We're picking typical boyish snacks.
Okay.
This is for
I genuinely believe everyone can be better. It isn't circumstance and situation, it's about choice.
I skip this and continue. She went around everywhere picking snacks and snacks. Lucy is like, are those snacks organic? Since when? Nice. Since when did snacks become organic, Lucy? Snacks are never organic. And even does she know whether they are, she normally says, I don't take greenhouse stuff. I don't know what, GMO. GMO stuff are so common currently. So she doesn't know whether they're organic. Did she even check? Remember recently she was so much shocked to see that eggs are labeled, like stamped, which is a common practice in these countries and even in Kenya in some parts. So she is not even interested to check whether they're organic or not. But when she's in Nyabohanza, she'll keep reminding people, I eat purely organic. I was even asking myself, did the tea she was taking the day the mother-in-law was serving her, was that tea sugarless really? I don't think so. It wasn't sugarless, was it? I doubt. I doubt whether it was sugarless, because there she had to embrace, okay? Play on camera like a cultured lady. If you watched my other video of uncultured, of course you understand the uncultured parts that I picked out of it. And so Team D, we are like, yeah, the best for you. I pray for you, okay? The pineapple here is organic, right? Is it?
Just wanna try it, yeah?
I want to try it.
Whatever you want. This is better. We're not gonna eat the full. Or are we?
We're gonna eat the food.
Wow.
My favorite.
You love pineapple.
You love pineapple.
Just like me.
Just like you.
Just like you. So she went pick the pineapple. She was not sure what next to pick. She was randomly checking around because Petero has said anything you want.
Shades with a camera in them. Ray-Bans.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen them.
I think Kurt Cass has them.
Yeah.
Very useful. They don't look weird. They don't look...
On the table, I'm like, I can't do this. What did I say?
Look at that.
Mattress.
Exactly. I'm like, oh my god, no taste, okay? But anyways, we'll adapt as life goes by, okay? So with us here, we have all these snacks. I think you saw yesterday when we were buying them from the store, and this is my boyfriend's idea. I get to try all the snacks so that I get to know how they taste. Maybe I could know my favorites. Although I'm not this snacks girly, to be honest with you, but yeah.
Let me count. Let me count how many snacks. Turpuki, praizo snacky. Spicy, top spicy. There is top, Tom Chiller. There is star, and there is Ari snack. There is another one, Krabi. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 varieties of snacks. Can you imagine? I wouldn't dare. And again, I'm looking at those snacks. I'm thinking, one of them is just like crisps. I've seen one looks like macadamia. Another one looks like chips, or there is something that in Kenya children like a lot. I can see this one with circles. Children in Kenya call it sponge or something like that. Then the other one is crisps again. So it's the idea of Petero that Dimongo tests variety of snacks and sees what she loves. I'm like, are you a baby? Anyway, somebody somewhere said she is actually acting, so she has to continue acting. But I'm just seeing this and I'm wondering, I am Lucy says she will put on a lot of weight. She is already eating pasta, bread, and those snacks. Imagine. And then she always says, I'm 1 GB. She says she wears only medium size and what? She doesn't put on large size. But now she will be in trouble. So she went on tasting this.
Yo.
Okay.
Glumitanium. So the doctor glutaminium sodu. I never do such kind of videos, but now I have to try it because I have to know. This is tortilla, okay? This is how they look. Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
What?
That's the last one. Already.
You know why? It's not because they're bad, it's because of the pineapples that I ate. So my teeth, very sour, like I can barely chew anything. You get it?
That reaction doesn't look like it's the teeth not chewing anything. For me, it looked like it's pepper or something. That reaction, it's like a tooth is getting out of your mouth or something. So that reaction was not just to prove that she ate pineapples. And if you are going to taste, if she knew very well that she's going to taste these snacks, why would she have started with pineapples? Of course, all of us know that when you have pineapples, you eat pineapples, of course your teeth are kind of very sensitive. Why should she have begun with pineapples, then gone to to these snacks? Was it out of greed or what was it? Then you line up all the snacks on a chair. I'm like, really? How do you put snacks on a place you sit? You know? A place you're supposed to sit. That is where you're putting all your snacks and removing one by one. Save the nation. Save us from humiliation. Or the Poland people think that we are this crazy. But it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is.
Or anything in the middle, and they're always nice. So they really taste so good.
So good. With that kind of
Out of
face.
10, maybe after I finish eating, then I can rate them. Wow.
These ones, they're in Kenya.
What? Wow. The swizzle, the melon, all the feels very soft. They have some peanut flavor. Mm. Amazing.
Wow.
Wow. This is how they look.
Wow.
How they look inside. If you guys can see them.
Those are crisps. Those are just crisps.
And try them. Previously, I've tried something like this, but not.
Wow.
Very nice.
What is this?
Now this particular. Out of 10? 9 out of 10. That's the best.
9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 6 out of 10. And what I can see actually, everything that she's tasting is in Kenya. It's nothing new here. Most of those products come from potatoes. There are those which are made from wheat flour. And I can see some of the products made from what? This one is made from something. And most of them are liked by kids. Huh? A lot of kids like this kind of, snacks. Some of them are, we call them what? Crisps. Crisps in Kenya, okay? So she went testing everything and saying, fantastic. Wow. Amazing. And I was like, okay, so there's nothing that is not tasting good, because out of snacks, some may have a bad taste, some may be, you know.
I'll give this 7.5. I can't relate what it tastes to, for sure. Nothing. Maybe like pizza, I don't know.
Really?
Kinda. This I'll give it a 7. Wow, these ones are really nice.
Wow.
I think these are the first ones that I tried. Wow. So double. Yeah. And oh my god.
Okay, the video is over. Going to buy the chips and tasting them. And I'm like, are they even chips? I don't think so. They are just different kind of snacks. So she had to title her video, Bendroka Chips Taste Goes Wild in Polska, Poland. Everything falls apart day one. I'm like, what is falling apart? Unless you're coding the information, you're not telling us exactly what you're talking about. Because if it fell apart, why is it that in your video you're doing, wow, amazing, wow, so good, wow. Lucy is the word wow, has seen it all. I think she has to learn some exclamations from Polish language now, so that we now get other vocabularies. But at this rate, placing the snacks on a chair and testing one after one, I'm like, wow, don't we have a table right there? Wow, maybe we should get a table. Wow. So, from chicken to chips. And I'm like, didn't we have a meal here? Buy all the eight types of snacks to go eat and eat and eat the whole day. So what is this that fell apart? Because it's like she's coding the language. Maybe by tomorrow you'll know. Nothing stays forever. Is it because now she's not having the same kind of treatment she had before, showing us pork and chicken and berries? Were they berries? No, all over the place. It's so tough. It's so tough. The world has seen it all. Okay? The world has seen it all. Now, before I just forget, back in Kenya, Masubo dropped another video telling us that Condad had arrest details and subscribers were outraged. I don't know. That one I did earlier. But there is something here about Condad arrest details. Let me just check. What is this? What is this? Okay, skip.
Yes, my people. You remember, by the time the party was at the swamp, the transformer busted. Because Kenge, they were overloading. They were putting heavy music, using a lot of things without electricity. How comes that Kenya Power came and cut the wire that it was connecting electricity to the swamp, electricity to the conduct? You know, the reality is that if that electricity was genuine, they could not arrest conduct, they could not cut the wire. And that is the fact. And even this casket man, he has already confirmed that the transformer busted and the Kenya Power cut the wire. But he didn't say why Kenya Power cut the wire. I will put for you so that you will hear. Power transformer.
So I don't want even to continue with the receipt so much because I have all the details with me. So the guy continued to talk that the family of Marwa, they introduced the legal electricity in the village Nyabonga.
That is the fact. And even
so the electricity that you saw Kenya Power went there and they cut down the wires. It was illegal. And it's true, it was illegal. So the guy Masumbuko Sufuri is now...
Even he has confirmed that it's true, it was illegal. That is why Kenya Power cut the wire. And that is the fact. And the Kenya Power cannot come and cut the wire and to go to just leave you like that. That is the
Masumbuko Sufuri. Hey.
You know, the reality is
on
that
these streets, the names people call each other, you'll just be amazed. So guys, Masubo came out with information about the arrest of Con at the point whereby they had illegal electricity installation and they had actually to be denied a chance to install it. And that is why we see in most of their homes what they use is solar. they don't use electricity, because I was asking myself, how comes a place with such vibrant and rich, wealthy, affluent YouTubers, how comes they don't have power? But we've just come to learn that they decided to illegally install electricity, because illegal installments of electricity actually are some things that people are doing a lot. A lot of people are doing that to avoid payment, avoid paying tax, avoid paying what, avoid paying the correct figures of power. So when they did that, of course, the people from Kenya Power established what was going on, and they came and they had to de-install. Do we call it de-installing, or how do we call it? They had to actually snatch it from them. And most times when they do it, it becomes very expensive, because they make you pay a very hefty fine. And at the end of the day, what they'll do also, they'll have to charge you a fine in relation to what you have been doing. And if you cannot afford to pay it right away, they'll arrest you. So Masuba is actually sharing the aspect of that. So I don't know why some people will go defending them and saying they didn't do it, but people from the village have the receipt. They understand what happened. But it is what it is. Hey, I don't know what's happening. So Lucy says, we heard that Marwa installed electricity illegally. When he was caught, he started calling KPLC names and said they were corrupt. The KPLC is one of the companies, even though they have officers who are corrupt, but at the same time, they don't like the illegal installations. We have a process in which most Kenyans were trying to evade paying the rightful figures of power. So what they did, they actually, some people are using some officers from their department to illegally install electricity, or even do in a manner that they pay less. And when the government actually realized that there is something they did to ensure they make it standard across the nation. So I think they don't like the truth. And that is one thing that is also a problem with their followers. Their followers will always want you to come here and massage the ego, say, yeah, these people are travel commandos. They have made it in life. They have done the best for the people. They have really done a lot for the Yabohanse. They have really done a lot of charity. Yes, they have done some of those things. But at the same time, they have done also the wrongs. And why would you want us to talk about the positives and not the negatives? So actually, Masubo is coming out to dig those stories. I don't know for whatever reason, but the reality is that we have a lot of negative aspects that are happening in Nyabohanse, shortcuts. You know, like I have not seen a place whereby houses are being built without approvals. But we have seen in Nyabohanse, people go building houses without approvals. Like the Dancing Grandma's house, or even Brian's grandma's house, all of them have been built without approvals. The person who has designed those houses is Mayugno, without having the government processes. The only person we've seen having approvals for their house is Dimwango. And possibly because she knew her kind of house would take a long time to construct. And at the same time, it is a high-profile house with three stairs, right? But these people love shortcuts. Shortcuts left, right, shortcuts. Shortcuts of how to get money, shortcuts of how to do projects, shortcuts of how everything is shortcuts. Okay? So we have David Jr., who is also surprising me. Anyway, a lot of people say he thrives in drama, and I agree.
So 300, 300. Because it's the same work you've been doing. Huh? Yeah, unataka pesa? Wait. You want money? No. Pole pole. You want money? Okay. Aye. All be answering.
How do HR, IT, and payroll feel with Gil?
These kind of questions.
Yeah, Lucy, their followers are very funny. Like on my platform, I've seen someone who came just when I was starting and told me God is watching me. And I said, yeah, of course, God is even watching you. God is watching Marwa. God is watching David Jr. God is watching Dimwango. And also another one came recently and told me, you are stupid. Why are you talking about David Jr. and Dimwango all the time? You should concentrate on yourself. And I told her, you also concentrate on yourself. Why are you concentrating on me? And what they come on our platforms, they'll have to ensure that they are trying to intimidate anybody. They don't know that before we started these channels and even reaction itself, we have really thought a lot. And of course, for me, I don't react towards them alone. Of course, in this today's video, I'm going to do the last bit on OBINNA. I react also to OBINNA, I react to political aspects, I react to a lot of things. But for them, those followers only pick when they see a title that is attached to Dimwango, David Jr., or Marwa. And they will converse, they call each other, and they tell each other, do you know there is a new reactor known as this and this? I had somebody telling me that they call me a the tall one, and I was like, okay, I am tall, I see far. You, the short ones, continue squatting, and you don't see far, but I see far, okay? So Lucy is saying the followers don't understand reaction is a niche, and that we cannot all think the same. Yeah, we cannot. Even the way I think is not the way JT thinks, is not the way OT thinks, is not the way Gintu or whoever, Masubo or whoever. Everybody thinks different. And when we look at their videos, we react differently. Like what I see is not the same. Maybe they may just look like they are same in one perspective, but the way I render my work is very different from how OT, JT, Nairobi teacher, or anybody else does their rendering, Neo Trends or whoever it is, Muzungu Pebbles. All of us think different. And sometimes we'll see positives, very minor positives, because the problem is, yeah, these people do a lot of things, but with very funny intentions. Very funny intentions, and even how they handle it, it becomes a problem. And even if you look at their comment sections, some of the people who really see, they drop comments on their parts. For example, I'm going to show this video in which David Jr. is reporting that Godfrey's cows were taken away. Now, I just remember the time David Jr. took Godfrey's cows and gave it to the dancing grandma. Then the subscribers were really annoyed. They told him, return those cows. Because, like, if I gift a small child items, how do I go pick them and give to another person, regardless of how they are actually treating them? I believe if someone gifts me a phone or a car, it is mine. Why should they mind how I'm really handling that car? They have already gifted me. You know, a gift is something you give, and once you give, you have like given the custody to the other person, them handle it the way they will. So David Jr. gives these cows, and through a donor to a small boy known as Godfrey, Matiko's son. Then he again goes around and picks them because the grandmother to the boy is actually rejecting them and saying they should not be there. Now he listens and takes them and gives to another lady, just a neighbor, the dancing grandma. Then the next day, subscribers tell him he should return because the other grandma, the one he calls Matiko's mother, has said sorry. They return again. Now today again, I've seen in another video, he's telling us the cows have been taken. Now I'm surprised. Where have they been taken to? Anyway, let's follow the story and see. Before we finally finish with OBINNA.
Okay. Okay, guys. So, okay. Maybe even let me help you even to hold your camera. You know. All right. So, ready? Yeah. So okay, Jonte is right there. Yeah. I'm recording his video using. They just said, guys, they have refrained from selling liquor for sure. We shouldn't condone such behavior. All right. So, okay. Yeah. Which kind of business will she like to start? She needs to tell us first because this is people's hard work and money.
So what she's saying, she will think about it, what business you want to start, and then...
Why can't you suggest a business for her?
Yeah,
that's what I normally don't understand.
This is hard and money. Yeah. Is she ready to start business? That's the question that we need to ask her. Oh, someone is calling.
Try this 8-minute AI study habit after work. Get ahead of your colleagues and boss.
Try this.
Because we don't want our donors to be taken as a joke, you know? We just need to transform their lives. One role is the way to go. Yeah, we are not here to break people's family, but we are here to give them hope, you know, to support them where we can. Yeah, I feel like this is one of my favorite moments when I see them together, because their situations, initially, it wasn't okay. We wish them all the very best. Where are Godfrey's cows? They were taken. Niambie, ng'ombe za Godfrey ziko wapi? Tunazitaka sasa hivi sasa hivi.
Alienda kuchunga ng'ombe. Pale kwa barabara huko mbele. Sababu nyasi imekosa. Kumbe wakashikana na watoto wengine hasa wajijua alienda kucheza kwa mpira. Ng'ombe zikaingia kwa mihogo, hazikuli mihogo. Zitembea tu zinakula nyasi. Huyu mama akazipata. Mimi nikasema kama amepeleka ataleta barusi basi na hizo ng'ombe zirudishwe.
Twende kuona ng'ombe. Twende kwa hiyo mwili. Tusikie kitu yenye anataka. Kama ni pesa tutampea. Ng'ombe zirudi. Wewe twende. So guys, enjoy the video till the end. I don't get this. Unajua pia ng'ombe ziko na haki.
Zikula maji hata zijamlia. Ng'ombe ikule mihogo. Mtanipaje pesa mjione sehemu ambayo ziko.
Lazima tupeleke atuoneshe. Alright guys, the thing is that, you know, people got jealousy. Plenty. Nadhani hiyo ni wivu tu. Aya, twende. So Godfrey was taking care of his cows, but I'm being told the neighbor decided to take them because he doesn't want Godfrey to graze along his farm, you know. And I'm being told the animals, they didn't destroy any crop. So she decided to take them, you know. But I want to go to that home that they can show us where the cows destroyed. If it's the plants, then I'll pay, you know. But I'm 100% it's just pure jealousy. Let's go. Now,
the common vocabulary in Nyabohanse, pure jealousy. They call it the professor of jealousy. They call it what? There is a name they normally call, the way they used to call Mogesi's father, that is the old Matiko. They used to say he's the what of jealousy. You know, jealousy is a common word in the videos of the people in Nyabohanse. Anybody does anything, it's about jealousy. But I don't know, when you find conduct, like, would someone trespass into his land? After all, if you look at Dimwango, Marwa, Conduct, they have fenced their homes. But if anybody now is actually unhappy with that aspect of, we call it what? Maybe someone invading their farm, they call it jealousy. Jealousy. The road, jealousy. Automatically, even if someone is having cows, even if cows have rights to graze, you cannot just go to a random farm of a neighbor and graze there. Someone has to take care of the cows. And even when we were kids, I remember when I was a kid, we were daughters in front before the brothers. Brothers came along when we were already in the university. So whenever we used to graze on the roads and the cows get into somebody's farm, somebody had to actually launch a complaint. It is paid, or they warn you. And you would actually become very careful about how you graze, because even currently communal land is not there. I don't just understand. And when I look at the cows themselves, Matiko's son was given these cows, but they don't seem to have enough land to take care of the cows, and they are not even taking care of the cows well. Like, they're given money all the time, showered by the donors. Why can't they buy food for the cows and then they do zero grazing? Why are they forcing themselves to actually graze in people's pieces of land? So when you look at this cow, it's malnourished. Look at this one here. Quite malnourished. Look at that. So it is, if cows have that right, at the same time they are suffering. Let's just listen to this and get to Obinna.
Niliambia mama mdogo singepeleka kwa polisi, hapo ni process nyingine ni pesa huko. Singepeleka kwa maskari, hiyo ni process nyingine ingekuwa huko. Sasa mimi nilichukua kama mimi na nilizitosha kama mtu wa huko. Sijazipata, eti nimezipata kwa barabara nikachukua hizo ng'ombe kwa makosa. Zimekuharibia. Hata zikikula mihogo yangu. Zimekuharibia kabisa. Haya, mimi nataka unipeleke kwa hiyo miogo, uhesabu, useme pesa ngapi unapewa. Halafu msije kuniambia mniulize makosa maswali kama nyinyi polisi. Na wakati hizo ng'ombe zimenikosea Daudi, unajua? Sikukuuliza maswali. Mmeniuliza maswali yenye mnanisikiani kama mimi ni mtoto. Na isitoshe, hizo mimi hiyo mihogo inapoharibika pale, sio kwa kupenda kwangu, niko na mashida zangu. Ng'ombe inakula mihogo kweli. Ng'ombe inakula mihogo, ng'ombe kule mbele. Ng'ombe ikuli mihogo. Tutende tuangalie mihogo. Tutende tuangalie mihogo ni hizo ng'ombe na misa hizo naendezana kwa polisi huko hapa. Aya, peleka. Acha wapeleke. Twende tuone ni ngapi. Peleka tupatane huko. Peleka tupatane. Twende mnionyeshe penye shamba zimekula. Twende. Unajua shamba? Unajua shamba? Twende. Twende nione hiyo miogo. Fanya hivi. Mtu akikosewa anaenda polisi. Mimi sirudi hapa. Mtu akikosewa anaenda na ripoti. Hivyo tu. Na nimekuambia chukua upeleke polisi. Yeah, it's as simple as that. You know? I've asked her, why didn't she go report to the police? Why take the cows and stay with them at her home? You know? There is no authority even was told about that.
This is the prayer that Satan hates the most. Very few people know about it, but there is a prayer that
Wewe upatikane na ng'ombe za watu kwa boma, hujaambia mtu yoyote. Si kuna balozi, kuna chifu, kuna kila kitu. Mbona hakuambia? Yeye ako na ng'ombe za watu kwa mji. No, people they have to be told what it is. She didn't report any story.
So guys, these people, after going to the home where the cows were, instead of actually humbly talking to this lady, they began to question him. You can even hear she's complaining. They're interrogating her like the police. Though it's a bit unreasonable to hold on people's cows, but at the same time, it is not right actually to also go and quarrel and also dare her to take to the police because we call it what? Makanyago, how is it called? Though they normally say that if you have not fenced the home, then there is no specific whatever, but, you know.
Very ungrateful people, very. I always try my very best to uplift. Now, guys, this is the cassava that you see here. Maybe I should focus directly. Show me where. I shouldn't even be wasting my precious time with these people. People are giving me calls. Hello? People are so sad with their situation. So when they see anything small, they take advantage of that. Yeah. A successful person can't take animals, go with them. It can never happen. You may confuse this as a pool, but look. You may confuse this as a swimming pool, or you may confuse someone decided to pour a lot of tea here. You know? This is not tea, guys. Oh, someone here wants to build. As simple as that, because when you have any problem, you have to go report to the police because they're always there for us.
So automatically David Jr. knows he knows the police, so he dares the lady to go to the police because he will sort it as quick as possible. Anyway, it is what it is. Now let's get to OBINNA. Guys, today I mixed OBINNA and these people from Nyabohanse. So let's finish with Obinna. And it was so, I didn't expect this of Obinna actually. I didn't expect him to do this. I don't know why he did it, but I watched that video and I was so surprised that Obinna would actually also try to emulate Raila Jr. I don't know whether I'll get that video, but let me just check. If I don't get it, just understand that Raila, of course, when you look at Junior, Raila Odinga's son, he has this disability that came along as an illness that struck him. And I don't know why people went to such a challenge. I'm told there's a lady who did the first challenge and she got an accident, and I don't know. It's so regretful. But when I saw that Obinna also did it, I was so surprised that Obinna could go into such a thing. Look at that, Obinna. Can you imagine? Obinna, this is not for you. This is not for you, Obinna. How do you go emulating Junior and you are an example? You know, a lot of people watch you. How dare you? So actually, Obinna came out to this challenge, and when I looked, I was so annoyed. I was quite annoyed, not just me, but a lot of people are annoyed that Obinna was there emulating this guy. And this is what now brings in the reality about cyberbullying, because a lot of people have bullied the family of Raila Odinga, all the way from Winnie to Ruth Odinga to Raila Jr. Some people have also sent a lot of messages, like girls who are into, you know.
And this now.
Yeah, he did it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You have
You know,
seen that.
sometimes
You've seen that video, right?
Yani, there is no need and it's not necessary for you to write some things you write on the internet.
Yeah.
Or challenges. I don't know if I've seen this chat. There's a chat, the fact that it
Imagine.
is a challenge.
Yeah.
Challenge.
Yeah.
So apparently people are mocking how Raila Odinga Jr. talks, right?
Yes.
And there's now a challenge on TikTok.
Can you
and people are
imagine?
doing it. I've seen a mother and a child doing that thing.
Ujinga.
Look
And I'm
at
like,
that.
just you pumbavu wewe uniambie wewe ukiangalia. Wewe ni mtu mwenye akili yako. Unajua ni saw that thing. Nilishikwa sikuwa hata na nguvu ya kuongea.
And I think people who came up with this challenge thought it's funny.
Yeah.
To mock, because Raila Odinga's son, you know, has a condition, right?
Yes.
It's called the acoustic neuroma.
Acoustic
Yes.
Which is
neuroma.
why one side of his face is paralyzed. And so, when he was addressing Kenyans, people are watching this and thinking, let's make a challenge out of it.
No, that's too bad. You know, acoustic neuroma actually got to get to this boy when he was growing up. Just like Rosemary also has partial blindness that came when she was already an adult. So it's very wrong for people to have tried to actually conduct that challenge. And of all the people, at least I can forgive those other people. But why? Why Obinna? Why would Obinna actually come up with such a challenge? I don't know why I'm not getting that video. I'm just seeing the picture one. But I wanted to get that video where Obinna was trying to challenge him. I was so disappointed, actually. So disappointed. Okay? Yeah. Can you imagine? So the first person who decided to start this kind of thing was this lady. And she was sitting there with the daughter. This was the first lady who tried that challenge. Let's just check on her. Yeah, this lady was the very first.
Naomba msamaha kwa Wakenya, nikianzia na familia ya Tanzania. Naomba msamaha kwa niaba ya ule mtoto, naomba mumsamehe. Yule mtoto ana makosa. Tafadhali Kenyans, naomba tu mumsamehe.
how do you start a challenge on disability? It's like looking at somebody who is walking, then you decide to do such a challenge. Now, of all the people, as I've said, I was disappointed that OBINNA of all the people, yeah, this is the video. Let me show you the video. Can you imagine?
What's up, everybody? It's Monday. Oh, God, the top is in the building. What's up, everybody? It's Monday. Oh, God, the top is in the building.
Can you imagine?
What's up, everybody? It's Monday. Oh, God, the top is in the building.
Very insensitive. A very insensitive aspect, you know? Like it's mocking someone for big eyes or a big head or a big whatever. Because even when I saw people also doing this challenge on Ruth Odinga for the big waist, I don't know why people are doing that. And then we had another challenge again. Those who are trying to send messages to Winnie, telling her that she is more of a man. So they began to actually send her gay messages, or rather, we call it queer messages, asking her to get into a relationship with them. And I was like, what is this? You know, the entire family was like harassed, starting with the senior, the Raila Jr., and then coming to Winnie, and then coming to Ruth Odinga. It's quite annoying. Anyway, the internet or social media does not forget. So OBINNA, you would rather go and apologize to the Kenyans, because what is this? I didn't like this aspect of OBINNA trying this, because when he tells us that he's the top fan of Baba, though I saw him, he was the one who was driving the wheelbarrow. He's the one who actually led in the wheelbarrow campaign for Ruto. So when I saw this challenge, I was so annoyed, because OBINNA is watched by a lot of people. Actually, in one show, a lot of people watch him. A lot of people. So for him to come up on a channel, his channel, and do that, quite disappointing. Very insensitive. Because how do you do this? I don't understand. Some challenges, even if you see them, people doing them, you don't try them. Don't try them. Because they are just not worth. Because again, I saw this other challenge of driving wrongly, Bahati. For those of you who have watched also Bahati, how can you imagine Bahati, the singer, decided also to do the challenge on driving on the wrong end and calling people takataka? You know? So I think the aspect of challenges in Kenya is becoming a very bad aspect, whereby people are just picking things randomly and deciding to go on with challenges, things that are even risky. Because like Bahati, when he did that challenge of driving on the wrong end, it is actually against the NTSA demands of having a safe go. And remember, recently we lost somebody, a young person, in an accident from OBINNA's team. So when Bahati, the singer, comes out and begins to do a challenge on driving on the wrong end on Thika Road, can you imagine? On Thika Road. I'm just disappointed in some of these people. And I'm like, indeed, education and, using your thought is very important. Intellectual. Think before you decide. Because OBINNA is one person whom a lot of young people are looking towards, even Bahati. How do they do such things? Anyway, let's end here. Much Lucy, Canadian Prospect. We had Sharp, we had Yilmaz. We had Kelly Sharp, Taha Ahmed, and Canadian Prospect. Thank you so much for coming on my platform, watching, and any other person who watched. I'm so appreciative. Lucy is saying what most people forget is that anything can happen to any one of us. You can wake up healthy and in the evening find yourself in a wheelchair. Indeed. I remember I used to live with another neighbor at Mwatate. That lady, at some point, actually had a quarrel with her family, and the man in that family was lame. And in the process, she actually pointed out at that aspect. And she also went to court to file a case against this man, pretending that he wanted to rape her. Can you imagine? She even paid some people to go and witness against this man. However, God saved this man because the people whom she had paid never went to the case. I remember that lady was a teacher, a primary school teacher, while the man was just a man that is struggling, hustling with life. You know, these things of wanting to use money to oppress people. So she did that, and because the people who were to witness never turned up, the case was dismissed. But do you know, in a period of about 3 months, there is a time she had sneaked from school and she was going to her own pleasures in Mombasa. And in the process, she was involved in an accident. Do you know the lady sat in a wheelchair for a whole year? She had to undergo a lot of expenses, and even at some point, she struggled to have a transfer from her former school to a current one, to a different one, which is closer. And I think, I don't know, I just don't know whether it was karma or coincidental, I don't know. But it happened that she indeed had to learn that life, they always say in Kiswahili, hujafa, hujaumbika. Before you die, you are not complete. You don't know what can happen tomorrow because such a disease strikes anybody at any age. Also, accidents happen to anyone. So how do you emulate? I can't imagine myself trying such a challenge. Never. I can't. Yeah, so guys, we always point out mistakes all over the country. If you tell me even anybody else, for me, I don't restrict myself to Nyabohanse. I'll talk about anybody, as long as whatever they are doing is not up to standard. And for those of you who watch me on different channels, including Life Saga TV, you've seen me talking about a lot of people. So if anybody comes here, if you are Team Marwa, Team D, Team Devi, don't expect that I'll change today, tomorrow, or the other day, because I am naturally a critical analyst. Even the books I've written books which are critical thought. I write poems which are critical thought. And also when I write songs on my Music Hills channel, I do songs that are critical, some political, some social. So that is me. There is no way I'll come here to just praise and worship and try to coin a narrative to pretend that so and so is a king, a queen, a hero. Even if someone has money, that does not matter to me. What matters is what are they doing. So if you look at my channel, sometimes even I critique the president. So what about Dimwango? I critique even the US president. So what about David Jr.? I critique even Biya, Paul Biya, the president of Cameroon, Museveni of Uganda, Suluhu of Tanzania, and Malema of South Africa, plus any other person. So please, if you think you don't want to hear what I say, as Team D, Team Devi, the only thing you can save yourself is to stay away from this channel. But if you want to listen, come listen and go, because you'll not stop me. You will not stop me. Even if they say we don't show the pictures, I'll talk about it without showing pictures, but I'll talk about it. Because something that is not okay is not okay. It can never be okay because this one is wealthy, this one is poor. No, I am not like the orphaned ODM members who have to praise and worship because they are securing a position or securing, money. Does not matter. If I wanted to gain those views, I would actually be having a channel where I speak good and good and good, and you call them positive energy. But what is positive energy? Positive energy is about thinking and even revolutionizing, or rather encouraging people to do what is correct. So you cannot say positive energy is just about praising people who are begging on the streets or lying on the streets or messing people or conducting injustice or suppressing people. That is not the way to go. And one day, and I think even within their hearts, these people, when they sit alone, they know that even if they come to tell us to keep quiet, all they are doing is massaging the ego of the people they follow and being fanatics. But in reality, they know that somehow, these people are messing big time somewhere. So let me sleep because I'm still on duty. I have 2 days to go. Next week, I'll be free. So thank you so much for watching. God bless you. I really appreciate. But I hope that people will find in their heart to do what is right, to also think before they act, and also be fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, praise and worship, that one I can't. I can't manage. I'm unable to do that. I can only praise and worship God. But when it comes to human beings, I don't give a damn about whether it's Obinna with a lot of money, Bahati with a lot of vehicles, whether it is Ruto with a lot of power, whether it is Gachagua with a lot of influence, whether it's Natembea with a lot of whatever. I can't. Yeah. So good night for those of you who are going to sleep. Good day for those who have a day. Let's meet tomorrow. Bye-bye.